Okay, let's start solving question. Question number 1. A condition where a certain gene is present only in a single copy in a diploid cell is called. Okay, the question says, this is the keyword you should in a diploid cell. This is the keyword you should understand in question number 1. Hope you understand. We are solving question number 1. See, normally in a diploid cell, a gene will have two copies. Okay, I can use the word gene or I can use the word allele. How many copies will be there? There will be two copies. See, for example, if you want to find out a gene for a character height, I should write capital T or capital T small t. Now listen carefully. This capital T is called as homozygous condition. Why? Because two alleles are same. And capital T small t is called as heterozygous condition. It's called as heterozygous condition. Why? Because the two alleles are different. But the question here is, they have only one copy. So in a diploid cell, if there is only one copy, that condition is called as hemizygous condition. That condition is called as hemizygous condition. You will find this condition in X linked gene in case of male. Hope you remember male, there is only one X chromosome and Y chromosome. If the genes present in the X chromosome will have only one copy. The gene which is present in the X chromosome will have only one copy because male is having only one X chromosome. Therefore, the X-linked gene will be in what condition? The X-linked gene will be in the condition called as hemizygous condition. Therefore, for question number 1, the correct option is option 2. It's called hemizygous condition. Hope you understand. Okay, can we go to the question number 2 now? Question number 2. Excessive growth of hair on the pinna is a feature found only in males because. Okay. Now, the keyword here in question number 2 is excessive hair where in ear pinna. Okay. This condition is called as auricular. Auricular means ear hypertrichosis. Okay. The excessive hair in the ear pinna, it's called as what? Auricular hypertrichosis. And the auricular hypertrichosis is due to the genes which is present only in the Y chromosome. Okay, the gene which is present only in the Y chromosome. And the gene which is present only in the Y chromosome is also called as Hollandric genes. Okay, the gene which is present in the Y chromosome is also called as what? Hollandric gene. Okay, so two words we studied. Excessive hair in the ear pinna is called as auricular hypertrichosis. And this is due to the genes which is present only in the Y chromosome. And the gene which is present only in the Y chromosome is called as Hollandric gene. So, the answer for question number 2 is option 4. What option 4 says? The gene responsible for the character is present on Y chromosome only. So this is going to be the answer. So for question number 2, correct option is option 4. Understood? Can you go to the next question? Question number 3. A dihybrid test cross yielding a result of 1:1:1 ratio is an indicator of. Now listen carefully. For question number 3, what is the keyword here in the question? The keyword in the question is dihybrid test cross. What is the ratio they got? The ratio they got is 1:1:1:1. This is the ratio they got. Hope you remember, for all test cross, the ratio will be this. What is a test cross? A test cross normally between F1 hybrid with recessive parent. Okay. See, for example, in dihybrid, what is the F1 hybrid? Hope you remember, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Now, this has to produce 1:1:1:1. How it is possible? It is possible because this produces capital R, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Okay. Now, when you cross with small r, small r, small y, this will produce only one type of gametes. Okay. So when you cross, you will get capital R, capital Y, small y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small y, small r, small y, small y. What is the ratio? 1:1:1:1. So why you are getting 1:1:1:1? Because you are getting 4 different types of gametes. Why you are getting what? 4 different types of gametes. Because of this reason, what is the ratio you are getting? You are getting 1:1:1:1. Therefore, the correct option for this question number 3 is option 3. What is option 3? 4 different types of gametes produced by the dihybrid. 4 different types of gametes produced by the dihybrid. Because of this 4 different gametes, you are getting the ratio 1:1:1:1. Okay. So for question number 3, the correct option is option 3. Okay. Let's rub this. Let's go to question number 4. A true breeding plant producing red flowers is crossed with pure plant producing white flowers. Allele for red color of flower is dominant. After selfing, the plants of first filial generation, the proportion of plants producing white flower in the progeny would be very simple. What they are telling? They are telling true breeding. This is question number 4. Keyword here is true breeding. The next keyword here is pure plant. Now remember these two words. True breeding, pure plants are always homozygous for a particular character. Please remember The keywords in the questions, remember the keywords. The keywords here is true breeding, pure plant. In true breeding or pure plant, the individual will be what? Homozygous for a particular trait. They said pure breeding red flower. That means capital R. Why capital R? Because we know red color is dominant character, which is given there. So this is red. They said this crossed with pure plant producing white flower, small r is a recessive character. And what color flower it produces? It produces white color flower. Okay. An allele for red color flower is dominant after selfing the plant of F1. Filial 1, you know very well, all will be capital R smaller. When I do selfing, hope you remember this is called as what? Selfing. When you do selfing. Okay. The proportion of plant producing white flower in the progeny will be, hope you remember, this produces the gametes, capital R smaller, capital R smaller. Then if you do the Punnett square, hope you remember, capital R smaller, capital R smaller, you will get capital R, which is red, capital R smaller, which is supposed to be the red. This is not an incomplete dominant. Capital R smaller supposed to be the red, and smaller supposed to be the white. So the question is, what is the question? The proportion of plant producing white flower in the progeny would be. So how many out of 4? White would be, hope you remember, 1/4 out of 4. How many white color plant will be? 1. So white will be 1/4. So what is the correct option here? Here the correct option is option 1. Option 1 is the correct option. White is equal to 1/4. Understand? So here when you're reading the questions, please look for the keywords which is given there. Okay. So in this question, what is the keyword? True breeding is the keyword. Pure plant is the keyword. And dominant and recessive is already given. You should understand in this true breeding and in pure plant, when I say you should always consider this as what? Homozygous condition. Hope you understand this question. Can we go to the next question? Let's go to question number 6. The offspring produced from a marriage having only O or A blood groups of the genotypes given below, the possible genotypes of parent would be. So in question number 5, listen carefully. What you have to understand? You should understand they have given offsprings having 2 blood groups. What are the blood groups? Blood group O and blood group A. Correct? What they have to find out? What we have to find out? We have to find out the genotype of the parent. Okay. So from this, you should understand that O blood group is a recessive blood group and A is a dominant blood group. Okay. A may be due to IA, homozygous condition, or A may be due to IAIO. I'm talking only about A. Okay. A may be due to IAIA, or A may be due to IAIO because A is dominant. Now, the offsprings are having O blood group. Therefore, this possibility is not possible. This combination is not possible, or I can say this genotype may not be possible. So, the genotype of parent supposed to be, okay, IAIO and IOIO. Remember, IO is a recessive character. You can represent it by small I also. For our convenient, we are writing as IO to understand. Okay. So if the parent is having IAIO, A blood group, IOIO, O blood group, then when you cross here, you will get IAIO, which is A blood group, IAIO, A blood group, IOIO, O blood group, IOIO, O blood group. Understood? So when you look at the offspring or the young ones, they have only A blood group or O blood. So here the offspring having only what? A blood group, sorry, O blood group or A blood group. So if the offspring is having only O and A, the genotype of parent supposed to be IAIO and IOIO, which is supposed to be option 3. So when you look at the option 3, you will get IAIO and IOIO. Hope you understood this question. Question number 5. Let's go to the next question. Let's go to question number 6 now. Due to non-disjunction of chromosomes during spermatogenesis, sperm carry both sex chromosomes 22A plus XY, and some sperms do not carry any sex chromosome 22A plus O. If the sperm fertilizes the normal egg 22A plus egg, what type of genetic disorder would appear among the offspring? Okay. The next keyword here for question number 6, you should know the meaning of non-disjunction. What is non-disjunction? Non-disjunction is failure of. Okay, what is non-disjunction? Failure of segregation of chromosome equally during cell division. Understood? See, for example, imagine we have 46 chromosome in a cell. When the cell is dividing, normally 23 chromosomes should go here, 23 chromosomes should go here, or 46 chromosome. In case of mitosis, it may be 46, 46, or in case of meiosis, it is 23, 23. But if the chromosome is not divided properly, so for example, if this goes 24 and if this get 22, that means chromosome is not equally divided. Am I right? What is happening here? Chromosome is not equally dividing. This condition is called as non-disjunction. So what is non-disjunction? If the chromosome is not divided equally to the daughter cells, then that condition is called as what? Non-disjunction. Here, what they are saying here is non-disjunction where it has happened. 1 minute. I'll rub this. So remember what is non-disjunction first. Okay. Now let's see. Now they're saying during spermatogenesis, a non-disjunction happened. Therefore, they are getting two types of sperm. One is 22A plus XY, 22A plus XO. Now listen carefully. 44A plus XY. Now, non-disjunction happens when? During spermatogenesis. Hope you remember, during spermatogenesis, what cell division will undergo? Meiosis cell division. That means daughter cell should have half. Okay, now this is from one cell. Now, if this divides, listen carefully. Okay, one sperm should have 22A plus X. The other sperm should have 22A plus Y. This is correct spermatogenesis. But what the question says, due to non-disjunction, hope you remember what is non-disjunction. Due to non-disjunction, okay, one sperm consists of both X and Y. The other sperm does not have any sex chromosome. O signifies absent. Okay. Now, if this sperms goes and fuses with 22A, one minute. Okay. If this goes and fuses 22A plus X, that is, this is an egg. Okay. And 22A plus X, because female egg will have both XX. Understood now? Imagine if this goes and fuses with this. Understood? This sperm goes and fuses with this egg. Now what you will get? We'll get 44A plus X, XY. Understood now? XXY condition you will get. Understood now? Here already XY is there. Here one more X is there. You will get XXY. 22A plus 22A is 44A. Okay. Now imagine this sperm goes and fuses with this egg. What will be the resultant zygote will have? The resultant zygote will have 44A plus 1X, and there is absence of O. Okay. Now you know the karyotype 44A plus XSY is Klinefelter syndrome. Okay. 44A plus XO is Turner syndrome. Okay. So, if non-disjunction happens in spermatogenesis, if these kind of sperms are produced, two abnormality happens. One is Klinefelter syndrome, the other one is Turner syndrome. So the correct option for this particular is option 2. So for question number 6, which is the correct option? The correct option is option 2, which says Turner syndrome and Klinefelter's syndrome. Hope you understand this question. Question number 6. Can we go to question number 7? Let's talk about question number 7. Listen, children, for every question, we are finding out the keywords. Okay, question number 7. Mendel found that the reciprocal process yields identical results. From that, he concluded that. Okay, here what is the keyword? Here the keyword is reciprocal. Reciprocal process. Here the keyword is called as what? Reciprocal process. Now, what is this reciprocal process? Imagine we are doing a monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross, hope you remember, we have taken tall plant crossed with short plant or a dwarf. Okay. Now I consider this tall as a male plant. Okay, consider this as a male, and I will consider this plant as a female plant. Okay, hope you remember pea plant is a bisexual plant. Okay, now how I will convert this particular flower into a female flower? I will do emasculation. Okay, we'll write somewhere. If you want to make a bisexual plant, a bisexual flower into a female flower, how it is possible? It is possible by a process called as what? Emasculation. Emasculation means what? Removal of anther. Hope you have studied in sexual reproduction in flowering plant. Okay, emasculation. So when I do emasculation, this become female. If I allow the anther to be mature, this become male. Okay, now what you will get in F1? I'm not doing the complete cross. In F1, you will get capital T small t. By selfing, you will get capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, small t, small t in the ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 1. And hope you remember when you consider tall is to dwarf or short, you will get the ratio of 3 is to 1. So this is the ratio. So this is the normal cross. Okay, this is a normal cross. Now, what do you mean by reciprocal cross? In the reciprocal cross, we are going to switch the sex of the plants. That means in a reciprocal cross, in the first cross, when you take capital T as male, now in this cross, I will take capital T as female. And in the first cross, small t is female. I will consider small t as male. So what is happening here? Here the sexes are switched. Okay. In the first cross, capital T was male. In the reciprocal cross, capital T should be considered as female. That means in this plant, we will be doing emasculation, not in this. So if the sex is changed, what will happen? F1, you will get capital T small t. F2, when you do cross, you will get capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, small t, small t in the ratio of 1 to 1. And tall is to dwarf, you will get 3 is to 1. Okay, so what you understood here, whether if this is male and this is female, or here, if this is male and this is female, what will not change? The ratio will not change. What will not change? Ratio will not change. That means in the reciprocal cross, what will not change? Ratio will not change. That means the sex has no influence. That is the correct one. So in the reciprocal cross, what you should understand? You should understand the sex has no influence. Okay. So which is the correct option for question number 7? For question number 7, third option is the correct option. For question number 7, third option. What is the third option says? Sex has no influence on the dominant of the trait. So correct option is option 3. Option 3 is the correct option. Understood now? First, you should know what is the reciprocal cross. In the reciprocal cross, sexes are switched. Even if the sexes are switched, nothing going to change. Okay, dominance is not going to change. Ratio is not going to change. So, what is the conclusion? The conclusion here is sex has no influence. So, the correct option is option 3 for question number 7. Let's go to the next question. So, hope you understand. Let's go to question number 8. Simple question. Okay, question number 8. 4 children belonging to the same parents having the following blood groups: A, B, AB, and O. Hence, the genotype of the two parents are. Very simple question. What is the keyword here? Keyword is 4 children having 4 types of blood groups. What are the 4 type of blood group? A, they have. B, they have. O, they have. AB. These are the 4 types of blood group. They are asking what will be the genotype of parent. Very simple. A is there, B is there, O is also there. Okay. When O, as I told you in the last question, which is about the blood group, if O comes, obviously the cross should be based on heterozygous genotype. That means parent may be A and B. Okay. Parent may be A and B. One parent genotype may be IAIO crossed with IBIO because O is there. So obviously both will have what? Heterozygous condition. Understood now? Both cannot be homozygous condition. If both is homozygous condition, we'll see what will happen. Okay. Now, hope you remember this IAIB. You get AB blood group. IAIO. IAIO A blood group. IBIO B blood. IOIO, obviously O blood group is there. That means the offspring is having AB, A, B, and O. That means offspring is having all 4 blood groups. Therefore, the genotype of the parent supposed to be what? IAIO and IBIO. So, what is the correct option? The correct option here is option 3. Now, if you read the option 3, you will understand. So, read the option 3. The option 3 says one parent is heterozygous for A, heterozygous for A. Another parent is heterozygous for B. So, only in this condition, their children will have all possible 4 types of blood groups. Understood? So, any doubt on question number 8? For question number 8, option 3 is the correct option. Clear? Can we go to the next question? We'll go to question number 9. Okay. In a typical Mendelian cross, which is a dihybrid cross, one parent is homozygous for both dominant, the other parent is homozygous for both recessive. In the generation, both parental combination and recombination appears. The phenotypic ratio of parental combination to recombination is very simple. Okay, let's talk about a dihybrid cross. Hope you remember the dihybrid cross. The dihybrid cross is capital R, capital R, capital Y, which is round LO. So round LO is considered to be the parental character. Now I am writing what? Parental trait. Okay. Crossed with small r, small y, which is wrinkled green. I hope you are following. Okay. In F1, I'm not doing the entire cross. Hope you remember. Capital R, capital Y, small y. F1 will be selfing. You have capital R, capital Y, small y. Okay. When you do this cross, what is the ratio you will get? Hope you remember. You will get ratio round yellow, okay, round green, wrinkled yellow, wrinkled green. Now, hope you remember the ratio is 9, 3, 3, 1. Now, hope you remember round yellow and wrinkled green is called as parental trait. Look at that, round yellow, wrinkled green. So, round yellow and wrinkled green, it's called as what? Parental character. Here it says parental combination. We use the same words. Now, round green and wrinkled yellow is not a parental character because round means yellow should be there. But here what is there? Round green is there. Wrinkle means green should be there. Here what is there? Wrinkled yellow. So these two are considered to be non-parental trait because they are not the character of a parent. Non-parent. Non-parental is also called as recombinant. They are also called as what? Recombinant. Okay. Now, what is the ratio of parental combination and recombination? They are asking. Look at that parental combination. How many round yellow? 9. How many wrinkle green? 1. So 9 plus 1 is what? 10. Okay. Non-parental character, round green, 3. Wrinkled yellow, 3. How much? 6. So what is the ratio between parental combination and recombinant? The ratio is 10 is to 6. Okay, so 10 is parental, hope you remember, and the 6 is recombinant or recombination. Actually, it's called recombinant. So 10 is to 6. So which is the correct option? So option 1 is the correct option. Okay, so for this is question number 9. Okay, so for question number 9, option 1 is the correct option. Yeah. Can we rub this? Okay, let's go to question number 10. Okay, question number 10. With regard to ABO blood typing system, if a man who has a blood type B blood and a woman who has a type O blood were to have children, what blood types could the children have? They're having what they're saying ABO blood group. A man is having B blood group and the woman is having O blood group. Question is, what will be the blood group of the children? Okay, so two condition is there. B is dominant. So what are the two condition? It may be IB or it may be I, IBIO. In both the situation, the man will be what? B blood group. Women, O is a recessive, means the only genotype for recessive is homozygous condition IO. Okay, now consider if a man is homozygous. So look at that. What will be IBIO? B, IBIO, B, IBIO, B, IBIO, B. Either the child will have only B blood group or Second condition. Consider this heterozygous. IBIO crossed with IOIO. Now, what is this will form? IBIO. That means B blood group. IBIO, B blood group. IOIO, O blood group. Again, IO and IO will produce O blood group. So, what is the second possibility? The second possibility, the child may have B blood group or the child may have O blood group. So, two possibilities are there. All the children will have B blood group, or some children will have B and some may have O. Understood? So, here, which is the correct option they are given? Correct. In the 10th, when you look at the option 2, the option 2 says B or O. So, this condition we can pick. So, the correct option is option 2, B or O is correct. Can we go to the next question? So, question number 11 is a direct question. No need to solve. Question number 11 says the chromosomal complement of the individuals of the Turner syndrome. Hope you remember Turner syndrome. Okay, is an example of monosomy, deletion of one chromosome. So, 44A plus XO, absence of one sex chromosome. So, this condition will provide what? Turner syndrome. The correct option is option 3. So, this is a direct question. So, option 3 is the correct option for question number 11. Turner syndrome, chromosomal complement is 44A plus XO. Simple question. Let's go to the next question quickly. Question number 12. Question number 4. If a father shows normal genotype and the mother shows a carrier trait for hemophilia. Now, here the keyword is hemophilia. Hope you remember hemophilia is X linked recessive trait. That means it is due to the recessive gene which is present in the X chromosome. Okay. They are telling father is a normal genotype, mother is a carrier. Hope you remember normal genotype X, Y. But mother is, sorry, but mother is, okay, carrier for, okay. So I'll write here, father is normal. Normal means XY, no problem. Mother is carrier. When I use the word carrier, you should understand mother is heterozygous. Okay. For example, can I write like this? That means only one X chromosome has the abnormal gene, not the other. So can I write like this? Okay. Now when you do the cross, X, XH, X, X, XHY, XY. Understood now? It means they have a carrier daughter and one hemophilic son. Okay. Now look at the option. What do the option says? First option, all the female offspring will be normal. Okay. No, not all normal. One is carrier. All female will be carrier. No, only one is carrier. all male offsprings has 50% chance of active disease, correct. See, look at this. Here, two male, out of two male, one is having what? Disease, hemophilia. So, what is the chance of son to be a hemophilic? 50% chance. Okay, what is the chance of son to be hemophilic? Out of two son, one son is hemophilic. So what is the chance? 50% of male will be hemophilic. Look at that. That is option 3. Male offspring has 50% chances of active diseases. So for question number 12, option 3 is the correct option, because out of two male, only one male will get the disease. That means what is the percentage? 50%. Okay, so this is question number 12. Let's go to the next question. Okay. Question number 13. Which of the statement is correct? Question number 13. Here in the option, two words I've given: test cross and back cross. Test cross and back cross. Now you know what is a test cross. Test cross is any individual with a recessive parent only, or a recessive individual only. See, for example, capital T crossed with small t, or capital T crossed with small t. It may be any individual, but the individuals are crossed with the recessive. Here the word is what? Recessive. Then that particular cross becomes a test cross. Okay. Now, what is a back cross? Imagine capital T crossed with small t. Now you are getting an F1. The F1 is called as capital T small. Now this F1 can be crossed with this, and it can also be crossed with this. Both possibilities are there. I hope you understand what I'm talking. F1, that is capital T small t, can be crossed with a dominant individual, or it can be crossed with recessive individual. This cross is called as what? Back cross. But in the test cross, an unknown individual can be crossed only with the recessive. Only recessive. But in back cross, both dominant and recessive. Okay. If it is with dominant, it's called as dominant back cross. If it is with the recessive individual, it's called as recessive back cross. Okay. Now look at that. Recessive back cross, that means capital T small t crossed with small t small t. So recessive back cross can also be called as test cross. Yes or no? Dominant I cannot call as, but recessive back cross I can call it as what? Test cross, because in the recessive cross, individual is crossed with the recessive parent. Therefore, recessive back cross can also be what? Test cross. Otherwise, I can say test cross can also be a back cross. Clear? So, which is the correct option? Option 2. Each test cross is a back cross. So, for question number 13, option 2 is the correct option. What is option 2 says? Option 2 says each test cross is a back cross. Look at that. Each test cross is a back cross. Okay. Can we go to the next question? Question number. So we'll talk about question number 14. This is also A direct question. Gynecomastia is a symptom of. What is gynecomastia? Development of breast in male. Gynecomastia is development of breast tissues in male. And hope you know this condition you will find in Klinefelter syndrome. Direct question. So in the Klinefelter syndrome, what is one of the system? One of the symptom? One of the symptom is gynecomastia, which is nothing but development of breast in males. So direct question, nothing technical in it. So which is the correct option? So for question number 14, the correct option is option 1. For question number 14, the correct option is option 1. Okay, let's rub this. Okay, let's question number 15. Colorblind man marries the daughter of another colorblind man whose wife had a normal genotype for color vision in their progeny. Very simple. Colorblind man. So let's quickly write question number 15. What question number 15 says? Colorblind man. Okay. Marries, okay, a woman who is a daughter of another client man. Okay. So marries what? Next is what? Daughter of colorblind man. Okay. Colorblind man. Hope you remember. Colorblind man. What is the genotype? I can put small c for your understanding. Okay. Because colorblind is X linked recessive trait. So the abnormal gene present in the X chromosome. Now he marries a daughter of a colorblind man. Daughter of a colorblind man should be a carrier. Hope you remember. Okay. Daughter of a colorblind man. Hope you remember. X-linked inheritance will be transferred from father to his daughter. So daughter of a colorblind man should be a carrier. That means X heterozygous. So if the cross is man marries a daughter of the colorblind man, which is heterozygous or carrier, what is the condition? Here you can see XCXC, which is colorblind daughter. Okay. XCX, this is carrier daughter. XCY, colorblind son. XY, normal son. Understood? So this will be the children for this particular cross. Let's see the options now. The option says half of their sons and half of their daughter will be colorblind. Correct now? Out of two daughter, one is colorblind, and out of two son, one is colorblind. So which is the correct option for question number 15? Option 4 is the correct option. Read the option 4, you will understand. Half of the daughters are colorblind and half of the sons are colorblind. So which is the correct one? Option 4 is the correct option. Clear? Any doubt on question number 15? So question number 15, correct option is option 4. Half of the daughter is colorblind and half of their son is colorblind. So let's go to the next question. Question number 16. Read the statements and choose the correct option. Okay, statement 1 says for a particular character in an individual, each gamete gets only one allele. Correct. See, for example, capital T, an individual is tall. Now, when the gamete formation, hope you remember this is gamete, the gamete will not get both the allele. The gamete will get only one of the both the allele. The first statement is the correct statement. For a particular character in an individual, each gamete will get only one allele. So statement 1 is correct. Chromatids of a chromosome split and move towards opposite poles during anaphase of mitosis. Correct. See, for example, imagine cell division. Hope you remember. Imagine this one chromosome is there. Okay. Now, what happened to the chromosome during anaphase? The chromatid splits. When the chromatid splits, what will happen? Sister chromatids will be formed, and due to the spindle, what will happen? Sister chromatids moves to the opposite poles. So this is what happens in the anaphase. So second statement is also correct. Second statement is also correct. First statement is also correct, but this is not the reason for this. So the correct option is for question number 16. The correct option is option 2. Both the statement are right, but statements 2 is not the reason for statement 1. Okay. So question number 16, option 2. Okay. Question number 17. In a garden pea plant, round-shaped seed is dominant over wrinkled. A pea plant heterozygous for round shape of seed is selfed, and 1600 seeds produced during the cross are subsequently germinated. How many seedlings would have the parental phenotype? Very simple. Okay. Let's rub this and solve this question. Very simple question. Okay. First question says round shaped seed is dominant. Okay. So round and wrinkled. Round is dominant, wrinkled is recessive. Any doubt? Round is dominant, wrinkled is recessive. Next, a pea plant heterozygous for round shape. Okay, listen carefully. Heterozygous for what shape? Round shape. That means what is the genotype? Genotype is what? Capital R, small r. This is heterozygous for round shape. Is okay. What they done? The seed is self. This is selfing happened. Okay, this is called as what? Selfing. What? Capital R, small r crossed with capital R, small r. Okay. Now, how many seeds are produced? 1600 seeds are produced. What do you have to find out? You have to find out how many seedlings will have parental phenotype. Hope you remember the parental phenotype is round because this is the cross. So both the parent are what? Round. So how many of them will have round character they are asking. Hope you remember in this you will get round wrinkled. What is the ratio? Hope you remember 3:1. Correct? 3 rounds, 1 wrinkled. Okay. What is the question here? The question here, out of 1600 seeds produced, how many are how many seedlings would have the parental phenotype? Okay, parental phenotype is round. So can I write round is equal to 3/4 because out of 4, 3 will be round. and wrinkle can I write equal to 1 by 4. Okay. So 3 by 4 will be round, 1 by 4 will be wrinkled. Out of 1600, that means 3 by 4 into 1600. So how much you will get? You will get around 1200 will be round. Hope you understand how the answer came. Okay. They're asking in a cross, you know very well, 3 will be round, 1 will be wrinkled. This 3 can be written as 3 by 4 because out of 4, 3 is round. And out of 4, 1 is wrinkled. So if 3 by 4 round produces out of 600, 3 by 4 into 1600, you will get what? 1200. So 1200 is option 4. So for question number 17, correct option is option 4. Okay, hope you understand how this answers have come. Okay, can we go to the next one? Question number 18, very simple. They are asking about sickle cell anemia. Quickly, we'll talk about sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is an autosomal recessive trait. This is also an example of point mutation. What is point mutation? In the mRNA, the code GAU, I'm sorry, the code GAG is converted into GUG. That means instead of coding to glutamic acid, it goes to valine. That's it. Because of this, sickle cell anemia happens. So when you read the options, it's the correct. So hope you remember in which position it happens, in the 6th position. Of which chain? Beta globin chain. Which chain? Beta globin chain. So sickle cell anemia is due to a point mutation. GAG become what? Only one base is changed. GAG become GUG. So instead of coding to glutamic acid, it code to what? Valine. In which position? 6th position. Of which chain? Beta globin chain of hemoglobin. So which is the correct option for question number 18? Correct option is option 2. Correct option is option 2. What is option 2 says? Glutamic acid at the 6th position of the beta globin chain by valine. What is the correct answer? Okay, simple, direct question. We'll go to the next one. Question number 19. Question number 19 is also a direct question. You will understand it better. We are talking about Down syndrome. Question number 19. They're talking about Down syndrome. Okay. Down syndrome is due to what? Aneuploidy. To be precise, it is due to trisomy of chromosome number 21, trisomy of 21st chromosome. I'll write like that. Okay. So what is the correct option here? Okay. Now, hope you remember the 21st chromosome is an autosome. 21st chromosome is an autosome. So Down syndrome is due to what? Down syndrome is due to aneuploidy of the autosome. So which is the correct option? So question number 19, option 2 is the correct option. Option 2 is the correct option. Clear? Simple direct question. Can you go to the next one? Question number 20. Very simple question. Identify the wrong statement. First option says allele IA, IB produces sugar. Correct. Okay. Hope you remember IA and IB allele will produce a sugar. Okay. We call this as antigen where on the surface of the RBC. So option 1 is the correct option. Okay. Now option 2, what it says? Option 2 says IA, IB together expressed because of codominance. Correct. Hope you remember IA, IB genotype will produces AB blood group. AB blood group is an example of codominance. So option 2 is also a correct statement. Look at option 3. Option 3 says allele B and C also produce sugar. In ABO blood group, there is a allele B and allele C. Hope you remember in ABO blood group, there is no such thing this. So this is the incorrect statement. So in question number 20, which is the incorrect statement? Option 3 is an incorrect statement. So the correct answer for question 20 is option 3. They asked which is the incorrect statement. Option 3 is an incorrect statement. Okay. Sir, 20 minutes. Can I finish 30 questions? Question number 21. With respect to phenylketonuria, identify which statement is incorrect. Okay, phenylketonuria. Okay, what is this phenylketonuria? This is also an autosomal recessive trait. And you should also understand it is a Mendelian disorder. Is what? Mendelian disorder. That means chromosomes are not involved, only genes are involved. Understood now? So, in phenylketonuria, read the first option. It is an example of pleiotrophy. Yes. First option says it is an example of pleiotrophy. Yes. What is pleiotrophy? Hope you remember one gene is responsible for many traits. So in phenylketonuria, you will find out many symptoms. So first option is actually correct statement. What does the second statement says? Second, it is an error in metabolism. Correct. Phenylketonuria is due to error in metabolism. What metabolism? Hope you remember phenylalanine is an amino acid with the help of an enzyme. Phenylalanine hydroxylase. Phenylalanine will be converted into triosin. But what happens? Error in metabolism. That means phenylalanine, this enzyme will not be there. Which one? This particular enzyme will not be there, will become phenyl pyruvate. So actually triosin should be produced. Now what is produced? Phenyl pyruvate is produced. So it is an error in the metabolism. So option 2 is also a correct statement. What is this? Third, it is a case of aneuploidy. Now look at the option 4. Option 4 says cause due to autosomal recessive. But what the option 3 says? Option 3 says it is a case of aneuploidy. Now listen carefully. Aneuploidy comes only in the chromosomal disorder. Phenylketonuria is a Mendelian disorder, so aneuploidy will not be applicable to. So for question number 21, option 3 is the correct option, but option 3 statement is a wrong statement. It says it is due to aneuploidy. No, it is not due to aneuploidy. Hope you understand this. Can you go to the next question? Question number 20. Question number 22. Double line in a pedigree analysis shows simple. See, for example, a male married to a female. Double line says the marriage between blood relatives. The marriage between what? Blood relatives. Blood relatives is technically called as consanguineous marriage. So it is question number 22. Option 2 is the correct option. Okay. Blood relatives is also called as what? Consanguineous marriage. So option 2 is the correct one. Okay. Question number 23. It's a long question, but it's a very easy question. So if you read, you will understand it better. Question number 23. It's a long question, but the concept is simple. 3 copies of 21 in a child with a Down syndrome have been analyzed using molecular biology technology to detect any possible DNA polymorphism with reference to different alleles located on chromosome 21. Result shows that, this is very important, this is the word, result shows that out of 3 copies, 2 of the chromosome of the child contain the same alleles as of the mother's allele. Based on this, when did non-disjunction event happen most likely? Okay, hope you remember what they're saying. The child is having Down syndrome. Down syndrome is due to 21st trisomy. That means chromosome number 21 has 3 copies. See, for example, this is chromosome number 21. Normally 2 copies should be there. But now the chromosome has how many copies? 3 copies of there. Out of this 3 copy, question says 2 are identical to mother and 1 comes from father. That means the question is, when the non-disjunction happen? Is the non-disjunction happen during egg formation or non-disjunction happens during sperm formation? Hope you remember 2 are identical to the mother. Obviously, non-disjunction should happens in mother, which is technically called as what? Maternal. Okay. So which is the correct option? Here the correct option is option 1. Okay. Non-disjunction happen during maternal meiosis 1 is the correct option. Okay. Maternal meiosis 1 is the correct option. This is question number 23. Simple. To confuse, they have given a long statement, but clearly the keyword here is 3 copies. 2 of the chromosome of the child contain the same allele as one of the mother's allele. That means what? 2 chromosomes are what? Same like mother. Therefore, non-disjunction happened when? During maternal meiosis 1. That means during oogenesis it happens. Okay. Question number 24. is also a direct question. Which of the following condition correctly describe the manners of determining the sex in the given example? The first option itself says XO type of sex determination, male sex in grasshopper. Obviously, in male, in a grasshopper, sex determination is XX, XO. XO is male, XX is female. In Drosophila, it is XX, XY. XX is female, XY is male. So here what they are giving, XO type of sex determines male sex in grasshopper. Directly option 1 itself the correct option. Okay. Option 1 is the correct option. You need not to read the second one. XO condition in human in Klinefelter syndrome. They are saying XO is Klinefelter syndrome. Hope you remember XO is a Turner syndrome. Homozygous sex chromosome XX produces male in Drosophila. No, XX produces female in Drosophila. Homozygous sex ZZ determine female sex in birds. No, in birds you know very well. ZZ, ZW. ZZ is male. ZW is female. Okay. So therefore, which one? Fourth option is also wrong. Which option is correct? Only first option statement is the correct statement. Clear? So this is question number 24, which we will finish other question also. Now question number 25, very simple, which is the one. Phenylketonuria is an example of polygenic. No, we already studied. Phenylketonuria is an example of pleiotrophy. One gene responsible for many traits. So pleiotrophy, which is the correct option? Option 2 is the correct option. For question number 25, option 2 is the correct option. Direct question. Phenylketonuria is an example of pleiotrophy. The other example of pleiotrophy is starch synthesis in pea plant. We studied in the chapter. Correct? So direct question, question number 25. Question number 26. The gene for hemophilia is located on X chromosome. Hence, it is normally impossible for, okay, imagine a father is having hemophilic gene, okay, and the mother is normal, okay. So father is hemophilia, mother is normal. Now what happens to the cross? Now listen carefully. Now look at the father. The father transferred the gene, which gene? Hemophilic gene, only to his daughters. Okay. Hemophilia gene, that is XH, is not transferred to the son. It is transferred only to daughters. Understood? So, what is the conclusion? Father will not transfer his gene to the son. Which gene? Hemophilic gene. Okay, so that is supposed to be the correct one. Now look at that. Option 1, hemophilic father to pass the gene to his daughter. Yes, hemophilic father pass the gene to the daughter. It is the correct statement. Carrier mother to pass the gene to her daughter. That is also correct. Carrier mother to pass the gene to her son. Yes, but hemophilic father pass the gene to his son. Hemophilic father will never pass the gene to his son. So which is impossible? Option 4. Hemophilic father to pass the gene to his son is impossible, which is not going to happen. Hemophilic father will not pass the gene to his son. So for question number 26, which is the correct option? The correct option is option 4. The correct option is option 4. Okay, simple. Hemophilic father will not transfer the gene of hemophilia to his son, which is not possible. Okay. Now, question number 27. Now, listen carefully. A human male is heterozygous for autosomal gene. Okay, look at that. Heterozygous for autosomal gene. What? A and B. So, how can I write this? Capital A, small a, capital B, small b. Understood? Heterozygous for the autosomal gene. And hemizygous for hemophilic gene. Hemizygous for hemophilia. Hope you remember hemophilia present in the X chromosome. So, okay, okay, hemizygous for hemophilia. That means, understood now? Only one set of chromosomes, one set of gene is present. That means the gene for hemophilia is present only in X chromosome, not in Y chromosome. So the condition is called as what? Hemizygous. The question is, what percentage of sperm will carry, what percentage of sperm will have A, B, H in it? Okay. Now how to solve it? Simple way. Okay. All you solve separately. See, for example, capital A, small a. Okay. Imagine this produces two sperms, correct? One will have A, the other one will have small a. Okay. So what is the percentage of sperm is having small a? I can write 1 by 2, correct? Out of two sperm, one will have small a. Okay. Now do it for capital B, small b. Capital B, small b. Out of those two sperm, how many having small b? Again, 1 by 2. Okay. Now imagine one form sperm formation, XHY. How many having small h? 1 by 2. So what is this? 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. You will get 1 by 8, which is equal to 12.5 percentage is the correct option. Okay. There in the material, it says option 1 is 25 percentage. It is not 25 percentage. Please change the option to, okay, 12.5 percentage is the correct option. Okay. In the material, it is given 25 percentage. It is not 25 percentage. Please change option A or option 1. Option 1 is 12.5 percentage. Hope you understand this. Okay. So the sperm having A, B, and H. Understood? No? Sperm having A, B, and H is how much? Out of 8, only one sperm will have ABH. So which is, what is the percentage? 12.5 percentage is the correct option. Clear? Can you go to the next one? This is question number 27. Another two questions, with that we'll stop. Question number 28. From the following pedigree chart of a family, one can make an analysis that, okay, look at the pedigree analysis. So pedigree analysis, there is a small trick I wanted to teach. So quickly I'll teach the trick, and with that we'll stop. Okay, can I teach now? See, look at that. Affected, listen carefully, children. Affected children should have affected parent. Affected children should have affected parent. The question may be yes or question may be no. Okay. If the affected children have affected parent, if the question for this is, then the condition, it is due to a dominant gene. If it is no, it is due to recessive gene. So first you have to find out whether the pedigree is dominant or recessive. How you will find out? Affected children, if they have affected parent, if the answer is yes, the trait is due to dominant gene. If the answer is no, then the trait is due to recessive gene. Okay, in the dominant, you have to find out whether it is autosomal or X-linked. Now we will find autosomal or X-linked. Look at that. Father, if the affected father, if the father is affected, his daughter also will be get affected. If father is affected, who will be affected? Daughter also will be affected. His mother will also what? Affected. Understood now? If, okay, instead of using the word father, I can use the word, okay. If a man is affected, his daughter will be affected and his mother also will be affected. Okay. For this, if the question, for this question, if the answer is yes, then it is X-linked. For this, if the answer is no, then it is autosomal. Okay. If it is recessive, we should look at the women. If the woman is affected, her son also will be affected and her father will also will be get affected. Okay. For this question, if the answer is yes, then the condition is due to X-linked, or if it is no, the condition is due to autosomal. So this is the trick that you should understand. Okay. Now, when you look at the pedigree chart says like this. I'm just drawing the first generation. Okay. First generation says what? Okay. Okay. Here, daughter is shaded. Now, look at that. Parents are not affected, but a child is affected. Okay. So affected children should have affected parent. If that is no, then the condition is what? Recessive. So this pedigree shows it is recessive. How you come to know it is recessive? Because parents are normal, but the daughter is having an issue. So therefore it is what? Recessive. Whether it is autosomal or X-linked, you should look at the women. Okay. If the women should be affected, who should be affected? Father should be affected. Now look at that. Women is affected, but the father is not affected. Therefore, it is not X-linked. It is what? Autosomal. So the correct option for this pedigree is it is autosomal recessive. Autosomal recessive, which is the correct one? Yes. For question number 2, option 2 is the correct one. Clear? Any doubt for question number 28? Very simple. You have to remember this short trick. Okay, let's solve question number 29. Simple, direct question. Question number 29. Simple question. Example of hyperaneuploidy. Hyperaneuploidy. Hope you remember. Aneuploidy only three. Down syndrome, Klinefelter's, Turner's. Hyper means, hope you remember, extra. Okay. Hyperaneuploidy, Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, and hemophilia. But here, hyperaneuploidy of the autosome, if they have given. So, autosome hyperaneuploidy means what? Example is 21st trisomy. And you know very well, 21st trisomy is Down syndrome. But if the same question instead of autosome allosomes comes, it becomes Klinefelter. But they are telling it is autosome aneuploidy, that to hyper. So the correct option is what? Down syndrome. Down syndrome is option 1. Okay. So today's last question will solve question number 30, which is also a simple question. Question number 30 says, in a dihybrid cross, when plant capital R, small r, capital Y, small y are self-hybridized, that means selfing is done. Okay. The ratio of segregation of yellow and green. Segregation of yellow and green. Simple. In F2, what you will get? You will get yellow round, yellow wrinkled. Okay. Green round, green wrinkled. What is the ratio? 9, 3, 3, 1. So they are having segregation of yellow and green. So yellow 9 and 3, green 3 and 1. So correct option is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1, which is option 3. So for question number 30, the correct option is option 3. I hope you understand it better. Okay, in the next class we'll discuss the other questions.